How do you overcome the inner turmoil that keeps you from getting the results that you say you really want? Hey, it's Jeff Newport from ChasingStrength.com. I don't know if you're aware of this, but many guys, maybe even you, I certainly have fallen prey to it myself, fall into this category where we see ourselves more often than not. We have this picture of ourselves. Our identity is the man we were at the peak of our physical prowess, which for most of us is somewhere between 17 and 25, right? But then life happens, and then we're magically thrust 20 to 30 years or more ahead into time. And as a result, the man we see ourselves as, okay, the picture we have of ourselves up here, the guy we remember ourselves as being is no longer recognizable in the mirror, right? The guy looking back at us is grayer, wrinklier, fatter. You get the picture, right? So we remember what we used to do and what we did to get us to that peak in our prime, and then we set out to do that thing again, right? Or those things again. So we start running, right? We try and run that 5K. We start doing push-ups and calisthenics. We start doing bench presses and squats. But the problem is our body isn't 20-something anymore. It's 40-something, 50-something, 60-something or more. And as a result of being a responsible man over the last 15, 20, 30 years or more and providing for our families, driving a desk or breaking our backs doing manual labor, our bodies rebel from doing what we used to could do. And we feel like we're actually hit by a Mack truck when we try and do those things. So we wake up, we're sore, stiff, we're unable to move for days after our workouts. Maybe you felt this way before. I know I have, right? Worse, right? Tell me if you've been here. You pick up little injuries that seem to stick around, like an unwanted party guest that just won't go home, right? I'm about to laugh out loud because I'm thinking about, that party guest who leaves you a little surprise in the guest bathroom. That's the guy I'm talking about, right? So oftentimes we get trapped in the following cycle. Number one, we work hard like we should be able to and we used to could. Number two, we get sore for a week. Number three, we get discouraged because who we see ourselves in our mind's eye doesn't match the man we've become. Number four, we lick our proverbial emotional wounds. Number five, we kick the whole getting back in shape down the road until, and tell me if you've done this before or heard this, we have more time. And number six, we repeat that cycle, right? Steps 1 through 5. Now, here's the good news. It doesn't have to be that way any longer. In fact, it shouldn't be that way. Now, here's what you may not know, but again, this is good news. Men over 40 can do way less work than we think we should or have to, and we can still see spectacular changes in our bodies. So with less work than you think, you can build a lot more muscle again. With less work than you think, you can strip off a lot more body fat from your waist. And with less work than you think, you can actually get your mojo back again. This isn't going to happen overnight. It's not a magic pill or an easy button or something that's microwavable or an app on your phone. But it can and will happen faster than you think or expect, right? And here is how you do it, right? Here are the keys to making this happen. There are 5 of them. Key number one, short workouts, right? Engage in short workouts that you can recover from. So 15 to 30 minutes is the sweet spot instead of those long 60 to 90 minute or longer. If you were like me, man, I used to spend 2.5 hours in the gym 4 to 6 days a week. So those marathon sessions, those are gone. We don't need to do those anymore. Okay, key number 2 is lower frequency. You don't have to train or work out 6 days a week, like Arnold prescribed in Education of a Bodybuilder back in the 70s when he was single and on drugs, okay? And life was much different back then than it is for us now. 3 times a week is the sweet spot for most guys our age. Key number 3, bigger bang for your buck lifts. Okay, what does that mean? Well, these are lifts that hit multiple muscle groups at one time, simultaneously in the same exercise, instead of bodybuilding style training where you isolate out each muscle group and do multiple exercises for each muscle group, okay? Key number 4 is energy management. This is a huge one for guys our age. So instead of going all out or balls to the wall like we used to, right? We used to think we should or used to have to in order to prove your manhood, right? By the way, balls to the wall, not what you think it is, right? Get your minds out of the gutter. It's actually a pilot term, okay? So instead of doing that on every set and every rep of every workout, right, you're going to leave energy in reserve each set, each training session. And when you do that, it makes it much easier to recover from your workouts, which means you'll be more consistent in doing those workouts. And both of those things means you are going to see faster results than doing it the old way. And key number 5 is quality control. Make every rep feel the same, okay? Don't let any breakage happen, okay? So your 10th rep should look the same as your first rep. It should be a little harder, okay? But we should be able to tell that it's the same exercise. Okay. You don't want to be that guy doing the cheat curls, right? You remember the guy in the gym? He's doing curls and he's basically, man, it looks like he's humping a football, but he's got a barbell right in his arm, right? Or dumbbells in his hands, and he's doing curls. Okay. Don't be that guy. Make every rep look the same. Now, when you respect these 5 keys, it is a guaranteed way for you to make progress day to day, week to week, month to month, and year to year. And by progress, what I mean is this: you are going to watch yourself transform from soft and weak to lean and muscular and defined. Okay. You're going to watch your pants get looser around the waist as you magically, right, burn away the spare tire. And finally, you are just going to start feeling more energetic at the end of the day. So you don't have to snap at your wife or your kids for stupid stuff that you think they've done, because I've never done that. I'm sure you've never done that either. And then I think the best part for a lot of guys is when they follow these keys and they start implementing them, they even start receiving compliments from their wife or their significant others again, right? And their coworkers actually notice a change in their physiques and appearance, and that gives them a lot more confidence and spring in their step. Again, you can do this, and you can do it in less time than you think. If you need some help, I'll leave links to my simplest yet challenging time-efficient kettlebell training programs in the video description below. If you found this video helpful, click the like button, smash the subscribe button, share it with a friend, and leave me a comment in the comment section below. Until next time, my friend, stay strong.